The views and opinions expressed in this video are solely those of the individual speaking and do not represent the views of this channel or any affiliated organizations. This content is for informational and entertainment purposes only. Viewer discretion is advised.
Parang hindi kami grade conscious, pero we want students to be learning conscious. How can this learning management system help them manage their students better? This generation is really, as you said, iba na rin talaga yung attention span nila. Iba na yung needs nila from a learning institution. Yung goal talaga namin is not just for you to pass. We really want you to learn.
Hey guys, this is Blockchain for Executives, a podcast with the objective to teach you how you can leverage blockchain technologies for your business. A podcast on blockchain tech and business made for entrepreneurs. We have Alvin Reyes over here, a software architect with deep expertise in decentralized technology. And I'm Christian Kirapas, a CEO of Volcanic Labs, who is also a blockchain engineer who is currently building a company with a mission to engineer the next generation of web and mobile apps. So before we go on to our esteemed guest today, who's a really good friend of mine, I want to go over to Alvin. Alvin, how are you over there in Canada right now?
I am good. It's morning, 9 a.m. here. But yeah, I'm more excited about our discussion here. What potential discussions that we're gonna tackle in this call. So it's all good. Yeah.
We have our esteemed guest over here, which is a really good friend of mine. His name is Emman Perez. So I added a bit of accent over there, pero I call him Emman. He's currently the CEO of Kippap Learning Corp. So I'm not sure where you're at right now or what part of the world you are currently, bro, because you always travel, but how are you over there?
Very nice, very good. Thank you for the introduction. Syempre, it's always nice here in the Sinigang Valley. Sa poblasyon ako ngayon. Ayan. Doon talaga pagka kaya inuman, diba?
So yung meeting mo mamaya 10 p.m., hindi talaga siya meeting.
Inuman lang talaga. Shots lang talaga.
So, aside from that, Emman actually, he was with me during my stay in UP Diliman while I was taking BS Computer Science, and he graduated BS Industrial Engineering from University of the Philippines Diliman, which before UPD, he actually came from Philippine Science High School. So nevertheless, this is actually just a definition of big brain power. So beyond that, bro, could you give us an intro naman pagdating sa Kippap Edu, kasi that's the biggest thing you're working on right now. I know na you're putting all your energy focus into that. So give us an insight. What is your business? What do you do? And how does it work?
Okay, so hi guys. Again, I'm Emman. I'm the CEO of Kippap Learning. So Kippap Learning, we provide online learning services for test takers of licensure exams or standardized exams here in the Philippines. So we're basically an online review center. So everything is fully online. We focus on, right now we're focusing on creating content for different standardized exams like civil engineering, college entrance tests. But we're also currently developing a learning management system with the help of course, Volcanic Labs. So, ayan, we want to really create an effective and resource-efficient online learning experience for everyone, starting with the standardized exams. Ayan.
I remember nung we were talking, actually, very interesting yung business model nila, bro Alvin, kasi sabi ko, essentially with your systems, with your ops right now, you can basically just conquer the entire market. Go to every course, go to every standardized exam, do the same thing over and over again, and you're gonna make a shit ton of money. So I think they're doing that right now, which is really good. That means he's gonna be bling anytime soon. So I'm happy for that. I'm happy to hear you. And actually beyond that, you also have 3 companies actually that you built. Number 1 is Upstream. 2 is EP Builders. And third is the Fry Club PH. So would you let us know about those three rin beside Kippap so we would know more about your background pagdating sa business?
Okay, short lang naman. Upstream is basically Kippap before it was online, before it was e-learning. So upstream, we provided face-to-face review centers. So we look for schools to partner with, and we offer the college entrance test review. So yun kasi expertise namin before. That business actually kind of failed and flopped. That's why we started with online learning na lang. We just created a YouTube channel, and doon nagsimula yan. We really just wanted to help students keep up with their studies. The other one, EP Builders, is actually a construction firm. A construction firm that is currently still running right now. Pero I've built it in a way na passive na lang. So I have project managers there. We deal with government contracts sa QC government, QC Hall, as well as DPWH. So yun yung we create multi-purpose halls, basketball courts around the QC area. And lastly, Fry Club PH. Ano ba masasabi ko doon? Pagluluto ko na lang kayo para para malaman nyo. Ano siya, basically, sa Canada po ba, sir, meron bang Racing Canes? Are you familiar with that?
Racing Canes? I don't know.
Sa US. Okay, sa US lang pala yan. Anyway, we kind of copied their business model and their product. Ganun. And it was during the pandemic. Though right now, we're not, currently hindi na namin tinutuloy.
Is it like a ghost? Is it like a ghost kitchen? Parang, is it?
Oh, it's kind of like traditional F&B. Traditional F&B. So more of chicken tenders actually. Yan.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Interesting.
Naabutan ko yun eh. I remember my Facebook account getting invited for Fry Club B.
Oh, really? Nice.
So, going back, the key business we want to focus on here is Kippap eh. Kasi that's the main thing you're working on right now. And this is a very interesting topic, mainly because it's not easily apparent kung ano yung magiging strongest use case ng blockchain for an edutech company. So this is a really good challenge for me and Alvin, especially Alvin, because I can see him thinking of different use cases agad. Baga pa natin discuss. Pero before that, bro, to know more into really what goes on into the company para malaman natin yung mga solid points of entry for blockchain tech. Could you walk us through a detailed view of your ops and how it works from start to finish? The parts that are okay to share, of course. Huwag na mo yung mga USP nyo because I know you do have some USP ops inside.
Yeah. The secret sauce. Anyway, so right now, we focus right now on the content side. So we focus on creating highly curated, highly engaging lecture videos that are production quality, high production quality. So we want to create those types of videos paired with all of the materials that you need to pass these exams. So we also create handouts, problem banks, rigorous evaluations, as well as even a book. Meron rin kaming book na pinublish for our enrollees. So basically, the business model really is, meron na kasing product market fit ever since. So it's the traditional review centers. We're just leveraging online technology to deliver it better to our students, and mas resource efficient siya for us. So yung traditional review centers, you pay a one-time fee for a period of access to their face-to-face. So yun lang naman basically. But what we really want to do right now, that's why we're also partnering with Volcanic Labs, is to create the learning management system that can really maximize learning, student-centric, not like marami kasing learning management systems ngayon, they're actually teacher-centric. So how can this learning management system help them manage their students better? Pero kami kasi B2C kami. direct to consumers. So we really want to make a learning management system that can maximize learning, help them build habits, ganun. That's why we also decided to create our own and not just partner with other learning management systems. So yeah.
So I'm curious, nung ginagawa niyo yung content, right, for learning for the students, is it like a traditional, I guess like I can compare it so iba kasi meron kasi dito sa US or sa Canada, merong parang pag gumagawa sila ng LMS, they always incorporate some sort of parang psychological, parang may psychological yung user experience na ibibigay nila sa students. Right? It's not like, an intro and then meron kang curriculum overview, like, hindi siya ganon. It's really tailored to fit dun sa mga modern students. Like, yung mga attention spans kasi ng mga students right now is different from, right? So, parang hindi na siya yung before na, parang presentation, PowerPoint presentation lang. So, is that how you also, tailor your curriculum, or parang may ganun ba kayong may ganun kang aspect in terms when you're building your your content? Or
so yung sa content side, we really incorporate a lot of those techniques in order to capture the engagement talaga ng students. Kasi yun talaga as in this generation is really, as you said, iba na rin talaga yung attention span nila. Iba na yung needs nila from a learning institution. But we can do only so much from the videos, the lecture videos. So we want to incorporate a lot of other stuff to learning management system.
Kasi I found out na even myself, like, kasi I'm a learner, like I always read, parang I scan tutorials just for pag gusto ko lang. I always like yung binabasa ko na may visuals. Like more visuals, less text. Kasi parang, I can see the diagrams. It's more clear to me kung ano yung nangyayari rather than like just reading. Like, between the lines. So, I guess like ako lang yun. Pero of course, I think lang yung son ko din kasi ganun. Like, mas ano siya sa visuals. Mas nagigets siya agad, right? Mas nagigets siya agad. So, kaya ako na paraya. So, I guess like, maganda ginagawa nyo na nag-tailor fit kayo based on sa ano na ngayon sa mga bago students. Actually good. Yeah.
As for Kippap, bro, so we can start going over how blockchain can help, no? I want to first understand, bro, Emman, in terms of blockchain tech, where are you at currently in terms of what you know, what you understand? Para we would, start there and move towards the use case, just to make sure na we're all aligned.
To be honest, I'm not really well versed with blockchain. Like, I know the basics, like the concept, fundamentals, I guess. But I wouldn't say I'm well versed with it. So that's what I'm also looking forward to. Yeah.
So I think this is gonna be a challenge, bro, Alvin.
Actually, marami naman eh. Kasi marami naman, pero hindi, I'm just not sure kung yung mga ideas would tap into the core of your business eh. Sige, question is, do you handle exams din? Ng mga exams, right? Hindi lang reviews, it's also an exams, right? So, meron kayong mga mock exams, right? That you're,
yes.
Right? So, you're also storing yung mga, for sure, mag-store din kayo ng mga student data, kina-KYC nyo sila with the register sa system, right? But about teachers, nag-ano rin kayo, nag-register din kayo ng teachers and all?
Teachers, we onboard teachers, but not like full-time. We onboard teachers.
Pag nakapasa sa yung mga students, do you give credentials? Oh, you give credentials. So you give them some sort of like certification that they passed it, right?
We don't actually conduct the exams. So, pero yung PRC, the Professional Regulatory Commission, they released a list of passers.
Oh, no, I mean, okay. So I mean, for example, if a student finishes an exam, a mock exam sa company mo, is that like something that you certify and then you, this person has took your review, took your exam?
Yes.
Right? And then that's sort of like recognized, right? Na, they took it. And then they can show it to someone na, so it's like for a governing body na they took the exam, right? So, I guess like yung one use case is, medyo hindi siya nagtatap into like one of the core of your business, but the identity system, the ID system that the blockchain has, will be very sort of similar that it can be applied to that sort of use case wherein you can have like a digitized certificate, right? Na parang you can issue to a student, and then you can sort of, just sa LMS na yon, I'm assuming your LMS system it's gonna have a mobile app maybe, or a web app, right? And then you can issue the certificates sa mga students.
Yeah.
And that certificate can either be just a dummy certificate, right? A PDF, like, hindi siya masyadong, hindi siya rooted on chain. Or you can use blockchain, right? Na yung mismong certificate na yon is cryptographically proof talaga siya. Meron talaga siyang signature of the student, and also as the signature of your company, right? Kasi parang iba yung parang may signature nyo and yung signature ng student, kasi it's a certification. It's digital certificate that talaga that can be verified, right? And yung verification process can be yung sa PRC nga. So maybe there's another governing body who wants to verify if this certificate is authentic, right? So yun, isang use case siya. You can issue your certificate, you can issue your identity ng users using blockchain. So blockchain has all of those components to sort of create an identity system, not just for the students but also for the teachers. So kasi pwede sila yung maging multi-signature, pwede silang signer din ng certificate na yun, right? To attest that, okay, this student took your review and then they passed. So yun, one use case. Other use case, kung nag-exam sila, so we can sort of create like an immutable ledger for all of their grades, so that walang tampering, walang parang, teachers, students cannot parang collude with teachers, right? Or like, para if you record it on chain, meron kayo parang log or tracking record or audit log nung mga nung student progress, which is much more, if you put it on chain, it's much more sort of, it has more value because it's sort of certified. Kasi parang na-sign yung bawat state ng student on chain, right? So we are logging it on a distributed manner, right? Hindi lang siya sa parang mutable database.
Sa app nila, bro, actually, I think it's okay to mention this small part of their app. There's a part where you give accolades depending on your milestone, or there's a way to track your roadmap, basically. So I can see na in that way they can also use blockchain to store those accolades, to actually, so that the student itself could own that accolades or award talaga sa kanya on chain. As an NFT asset.
And then later on, sa business model nyo, you can sort of coordinate with other businesses or partners na, okay, if the student showed you this certificate, right, then maybe they can give some sort of incentive to them, right? So let's say maybe parang they have some special privileges, not really privileges, but special discounts or anything like that, right? So it's also like complementary in terms of certifying, and also parang making sure that the student is also recognized, right? It's not just like a piece of paper that you give to them. It's something that has a value, right? And the best way to do that is really creating that token or that value on an immutable database such as the blockchain. So ayun, since mentioned ni Christian, so yung may accolades nga, so that can be sort of certified, right? Yung certify mo yung bawat accolades na yun.
Yeah.
And then
alumni program, pwede rin.
Yeah. Actually, if I may just add, because Kippap Learning, we don't really want to like change the system or parang change the traditional learning system. We just want to supplement it, really. So actually, we also have this economical package where it's really just a comprehensive supplement for other test takers who have other review centers. So kasi yung goal talaga namin is not just for you to pass. We really want you to learn. So, yung sinasabi niyo kanina about accolades and certifying their learning, we can actually offer that and partner with other review centers, creating a bigger market for us and really supplementing the whole system, not just creating a new competitor.
And then you can exchange the same token, right? So parang we have standards now. You can set the standards.
Standards, Di ba parang standard test system naman eh. So why not agree on one open data standard system or accolades na binibigay that every review center around the world agree on? Or in the Philippines, I mean. And another thing I can think of, bro, but before I go into that, how exactly do you track the exams? I remember within our conversation, one time na mention mo na you guys are somehow tracking or making sure you're on top of the tests that are occurring with PRC. Am I remembering that correctly, or am I vague? Or am I remembering the wrong thing?
Can you repeat that? Medyo hindi ka naintindihan.
So, the PRC, every year meron yan, or every testing schedule, meron siyang new set of exam. How do you stay on top of that? Diba every year that could change? Or every testing time? Do you guys take track of that in some way?
So, generally speaking, the PRC releases the coverage naman. So, kasi from one test to another, merong isang test, wala yung ibang topics. Merong isang test, meron nung topic na yan. So, it's just really preparing for every possible question as you can. So,
I think for that use case, bro Alvin, let me know if we're aligned on this one. I feel like we can do some kind of deep archiving or storage persistency when it comes to PRC releases, just so we have some sort of filing cabinet, like how did the PRC examination evolve through the years, so we can track how education actually improves or how topics changes, diba? Then we can reference that back. Centralized storage. I think you can explain, Emman, what centralized storage is.
Tama. Nire-release nila yung questions. So definitely if you're tracking those, it will be beneficial for you to use a decentralized storage model. Not so much the model of distribution, pero the model how it identifies each content or each document. In a decentralized storage network kasi, right? So the concept is that you will have different storage providers. So it uses blockchain to democratize storage providers. So parang, you can have a cheaper storage than Dropbox or Google Drive or Amazon S3. So, meron kang mas cheaper alternative. But aside from that, meron tinatawag na content addressable storage, DSNs. So that just essentially means na yung hash, yung identifier that it generates, is based on the content. So, hindi siya parang sequential 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's based on the content. So, what that means is, pag nabago yung file na yun, the hash itself is gonna change. So, if you think about it, you can actually impose a tamper-proof system as long as you have the hash, right, ng content na yun. So, let's say if the version 1 ng exam is this, okay, ito, version 1. And then, in-upload natin sa DSN. And then, it will give you a hash, like a signature, a hash. As long as you have that hash, you will know that file is gonna return you the same content. So even though someone tampered with that version 1, as long as you have that hash, makukuha mo pa rin yung version na yun na untampered. So it's like a versioning system that you can use. And again, backup, you can also use that for backup and archival, yung storage. And every file, every content, every version will have its own hash. So it will have its own identity. So, yun, actually yun, maganda yun. Kung malaki yung file system nyo, kung malaki yung document system nyo right now, kung malaki yung kailangan yung storage, and you're storing it in, let's say, for example, S3, Google, or Dropbox, and you need a cheaper alternative, definitely, decentralized storage is an option. And yeah, I'm selling a decentralized storage technology. Sort of like my goal actually if you look at Delta storage, yung ginagawa ko, it's really more of data integrity and data privacy solution, not so much data storage, kasi the data storage itself is like hard drives. Anyone can be an SP, and it's an open market, anyone can sell a storage. Pero what I'm advocating there really is yung data integrity and data privacy. So if you put it on our system, you know that you're always gonna have the same content. It's not gonna get tampered with. It's not gonna be hacked. And no one is gonna pull that out of your system, of the storage. No one is gonna delete that. Because it's all gonna be replicated across different SPs. So you have data availability, highly reliable since it's distributed, and it's secure. It's secure because you have those identity systems. So
yeah, definitely something that we can also incorporate onto your system, all the documents. Yeah.
Yep.
Sa mga technical certifications, you can do that. Kasi like, oral health for example, kasi parang lang naman yun eh. The way parang minomonetize lang naman ng mga company minsan yung mga certification exam eh. Like yung mga technical, yung mga programming. Like, pagdating sa field kasi namin, programming. Like ako, you show your skills. Ganun ako, like, you show your skills. Yung mga certification na yan, like, it just, parang ano lang yun, showcase. Pero if you're talking about exams about civil engineering, right? Lawyers, right? Doctors, like, may mga ano yan eh, may mga parang ano talaga sila, di ba? Accountant, right? May ano yan, may social impact yung mga exams na yan eh. Yung mga trabaho ng mga yun, may social impact siya.
Opportunities.
Dapat walang dump dapat walang mag-go through a dump just to just to pass those exams, right? So PRC is the di ba? Yung sila yung nagbibigay ng exams, right? Yung mga civil engineers, right?
Yeah.
Kasi I think
sila yung nag-regulate.
Yeah, kasi yung brother ko civil engineer siya eh. Nag-exam siya. Like before, of course. Say like, and then nag-renew siya. So, pero yeah, that's just my take. It's just in a way, surprising na gano'n na.
That's what we want to really
avoid,
change rin kasi. Avoid. Parang hindi kami grade conscious. Pero we want students to be learning conscious. Parang gano'n. Parang isa sa success metrics din namin. Eventually, if kaya naming i-measure to, pero isa sa success metrics namin is how good of a civil engineer would this student eventually become when he goes through our system. Parang yun isa sa success metrics din namin. How kasi basically hindi ka lang namin tinulungan pumasa. Tinulungan ka namin ano dapat talaga, which is
so parang may prediction model din kayo na gagawin gano'n or nice.
I think it goes back to the city model, no, bro? Like imagine if everything is on the blockchain, like a blockchain backed country. Tapos your lifespan from when you were born, every significant data, every college degree mo, etc. are on-chain. So yung data mo is basically on-chain. Then, kunyari yung mga tinake mong review centers, yung mga tinake mong courses nandun on-chain, and then eventually, that entire database could be used to determine, okay, si Kippap, when we query it or we check the blockchain, si Kippap, 99% of their students within 2018 or 2023, nagkaroon pala sila ng kumbaga 99% passing rate, di ba? So it's like that's a very idealistic, I would say, or very grand vision.
Parang naisip ko ngayon, ang hirap pala makipag-compete kung may insider yung iba. Kasi parang they can guarantee yung pass rate 99% kasi that's the metrics right of success, right?
Yeah.
Sa ganyan sa review center.
But so far, bro, Emman, do you have questions around blockchain? You have questions around the tech that you want answered, or parang you're very keen on knowing more about?
Blockchain in general, I get the general idea naman. The specifics, yun yung hindi ko alam. Really. Yung kanina, when you guys talked about yung mga hash, I don't fully understand it, pero I get the concept.
Parang you won't be able to tamper a document. Basically, that's it.
Yeah.
Yung pinaka value proposition niya.
Yeah.
No tampering. Yeah.
Kung meron man, malalaman mo kasi mag-iiba yung
hash. Pero kahit mag-iba yung hash, parang bagong lang entry lang siya. Pero nandun pa rin yung lumang entry. Parang gano'n. So,
pero pa rin access, no?
Nandun ka pa rin access sa luma. Parang gano'n siya.
Yes.
So, it's just a system.
The version.
Yeah, so it's a versioning system. So yun yung okay na use case, identity, actually, yung credentials, okay yun. Kasi imagine if you can work with other organizations to recognize that credentials, then that will benefit you, benefit the users or the students, and also benefit other organizations. So,
actually, one expansion strategy that we're thinking of is upskilling. So, sa PRC kasi, if you're a civil engineer, you need points, PCD or PDC points, na Yun yung kunyari, for example, you need to be a safety officer. Ganun. You take these mini courses and mini certifications in order to get opportunities and get job opportunities in the future. Parang ganun.
Mm.
So, yun din yung parang to certify really.
Yeah.
That
They
will
can
work
use,
on
they
chain.
can use it for employment. Yeah. Because they can use it for employment. Yeah, that's a good use case. Yeah. It's a good use of technology. It's useful, social. Yeah, and it's all tied to their credentials. Yeah.
I think it's
Yeah,
the
I
best
see that.
so far. Those are the best ones so far. So if you don't have any more questions, we don't want to keep you for too long because we understand you have a meeting at 10 p.m. So if you you have anything you want to promote, anything you want to say, any advocacy, any impact you want to leave in this podcast today, bro, Emman, this is your moment.
Oh, I just really want to, as in promote Kippap, not just promote Kippap, but really promote learning. Because education, the massive education problem in the Philippines is really, it's really big. It's really massive. And it's really foundational because everything is rooted in education. I believe poverty roots from education, job opportunities, the government even. It all boils down to how educated are yung people natin. And we can't just have a system that passes non-learning, but just focuses on the grades for the sake of passing. We really need to create the system that can help these people learn. So that's what we're trying to do. So with the help of course, Volcanic Labs, we're gonna achieve this.
Yeah.
All right.
Learn how to learn,
bro.
right? Not learn how to pass. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very good. Yeah.
Perfect. You said it well, bro. Kahit sa ticket, it's actually learn how to learn.
Yeah.
Because it keeps you
Exactly.
going
If
perpetually.
you're gonna learn how to pass, then that's just the systematic
Yeah.
and
Sinabi kanina ni Sir
Al.
Alvin, sinabi kanina ni Sir Alvin sa programming, you don't need really the certifications, but you need the skills. That's what we need our students to understand.
Yeah.
All right. So for this episode, it has been a great pleasure to be with you, brother Emman from Kippap Learning Corp. Once again, they're doing student center learning, and they do have an LMS that's currently being built. I don't want to say where it's going to be launched. It's up to them to disclose that. But so far, we're doing really well. And I love what you guys are doing. So, in order to end this podcast episode, this is once again Blockchain for Executives, a podcast with a goal to teach you how to leverage blockchain for your business.